Hello, football friends, and welcome to this week's playoff coverage from HSG Productions. This week we have the first round playoff matchup between the South Jersey Storm and the Philadelphia Phoenix. So let's get right to the action. Kicking off to start the game is Magic Mears, who goes up and kicks it all the way down to the 13-yard line, where Mike Lee reels it in and brings it back 34 yards before Kenny Everett stops him, setting up the Phoenix 1st and 10 on the 47. After two short gains, it's 3rd and 9 when Steve Chestnut goes back to pass, only to be intercepted by the birthday boy, Josh Grand, who takes it back 19 yards before Lee makes the tackle on the play. After a hesitant first run by Darnell Feaster, this time he takes the ball on the screen pass and lowers the boom on the Phoenix defense, gaining 5 big yards and much respect. It's 3rd and 15 on the same drive, and who do you turn to when you're looking to pass the ball and get a big completion? It's none other than Steve Llewellyn, good for a one-handed catch and 37 yards. After a short run, Magic is going to take the snap and move off to the right, throwing the ball up. However, stepping in front is James Young for the pick and a touchback. Add in a personal foul penalty, and it's going to be Phoenix ball at the 35. Phoenix now has it at the Storm 48, and watch as Joe Will steps in and makes a huge tackle on John Johnson, giving the Phoenix only a 1-yard gain. The Phoenix will have to punt, and the Storm have it 2nd and 12 at the Storm 33, when Meir looks out and finds Josh Grand for an 8-yard gain before Devin and James Young bring him down. Same series, and on 2nd and 12 at the 47, Mears runs outside on the keeper, only to have Bartay Stubbs come in and force the fumble, which is then recovered by Devin Young, and returned 47 yards all the way down to the 2 before Grant can make the stop through the pipes of the scaffold. Brought to you by Hobie Young Painting. After a personal foul moved it to the 1, it's Lee to the left and goes in for the 1-yard touchdown. After a conversion pass to Richard Burks, it's 8-0 Phoenix. Storm get the ball back, and on 2nd and 3, Mears takes the snap and is running the keeper again, but this time Devin Young has something to say as he makes a shoestring tackle on the quarterback, sending it for a 3-yard loss. Phoenix now take over on 1st and 10, and here's the handoff to Johnson, who gets 12 yards before Joel Townsell can grab him from behind. Same series, and the Storm think they have stopped. However, it's a pass from Chestnut to J.B. Burks for 38 yards before Raheem McClendon spins him down. After a loss and a personal foul penalty, it's now 3rd and 32, and watch as Jonathan Jameson steps in and breaks up the pass completion. It's the Storm back on offense, and it's the same old connection. Mears to Llewellyn, good for 32 yards before Wallace pushes him out of bounds. Same series, and on 3rd and 2, it's Mears finding no one open, so he runs and converts it with a 12-yard gain, moving the ball down to the 23. It's 1st and 10 with time quickly running out in the half as Mears goes back to pass, and yes, you guessed it, finds wide open in the corner Steve Llewellyn for the 23-yard touchdown pass. Add the conversion pass to Everett, and we're tied at 8 with 1 play left in the half. After getting the kickoff, it's a handoff to Corey Holmes, who gets turned around, flipped around, and eventually brought down by Joe Will for the 17-yard loss to end the half. Storm take the opening kickoff, and on 1st and 10, Feaster carries it again for 6 punishing yards until Phil Matthews gets him on the ground. Another 1st and 10, and here's the handoff back this time to McClendon, who eludes an early defender and carries it for 8 more before Dominic Townsend and Kevin Button can make the stop. Same drive. On 2nd and 20, Mears this time finds Kenny Everett across the seam, good for 30 yards, until Kentre Malik and James Young make the tackle. With the ball on the 11, the Storm figure to go on it on 4th and 7, and Mears drops back, eludes another tackler, and finds Kenny Everett open in the end zone for the touchdown. The conversion pass is no good, so we stand at 14-8 Storm in the third period. Phoenix are on the move, and on 1st and 10, Lee takes the handoff and breaks the tackles and goes good for 11 yards and a first down before Jason Volpe corrals him. Next play, and it's the handoff again to Lee, who squirts his way through the opening and gets 14 yards and a first and goal before Tommy McDermott can make the tackle. It's 2nd and goal from the 1, and it's the quarterback keeper this time for Steve Chestnut, who takes it in for the touchdown. The conversion pass is knocked down, so we're tied at 14-14 late in the third quarter. The Storm have the ball, and on 1st and 10, here's Feaster grinding out 11 more yards as he refuses to be brought down before he gets the first down, as only Townsend can bring him down after this play. We're now moving into the fourth quarter, and it's Feaster time again as he takes this handoff and runs roughshod over the Phoenix defense. Good for 9 yards and a first and goal at the 9. On 3rd and goal, Mears goes back to pass and throws it up, and lost in the camera as well as in the end zone is Steve Llewellyn, who catches it for another touchdown pass. Add a conversion pass to, yes, Steve Llewellyn, and your score is 22-14 Storm. Phoenix are trying to answer as Lee takes this handoff 17 yards before Jacob Haynes can bring him down. The drive fails, and the Storm have it on 2nd and 8 as Mears takes the snap and fumbles it, only to have Merrill Hall jump on it for the recovery and keep possession. Next play, and taking the snap, is Mears, who drops back to throw the screen pass, but it's intercepted by Devin Young, who is all over the field, taking it for no return but is tackled by McClendon. Phoenix are now knocking on the door until number 43, Joe Will, steps up and stops Johnson in his tracks for a 1-yard loss. 3 plays later, and the Phoenix are going for it on 4th and 2, and don't have any kind of blocking scheme for Joe Will as he comes in and just wraps up the ball carrier and pushes him back for a 5-yard loss. That's Lee on the carry. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Storm, and this time Stubbs turns it on the Storm and takes McClendon down for a 3-yard loss. And it's 4th down from the 12. 4th down for the Storm, though, is no problem deep in their zone as Mears gets off the punt with ease for a 47-yard kick, which is only returned 5 yards by Button to the Storm 47. On 1st and 10, here's the handoff to Johnson, who is breaking tackles all over the field, carrying it for 11 yards before Will and Volpe stop him. It's now 2nd and 2, and Chestnut drops back after the high snap and looks for an open receiver, but there's Jamison jumping the route, and after initial bobble, takes it 25 yards before Julius Collins can make the tackle. After the personal foul on the Phoenix, move it 15 more. It's Feaster time again, as he proves he still has plenty left in the tank, as he takes his handoff and rumbles 17 yards for the game's last first down as Wallace and Hill make the stop. All is left was a kneel down, and your final score is 22-14 Storm. Stats will follow the post-game speech by Hobie Young.
Number 20 went down. Compound fractured bone was sticking completely out of his finger. Keep him in your prayers. He's going to need surgery to fix it, all right? I think everyone else got out here except for being battered and bruised the same as last week, man. I'm going to tell you what. Points with you guys in the season's enough. I like the brand of football. You guys bring it. You got nothing to put your head down. You got to figure, basically, you're first to your team. You're throwing everything together out of about 25 players from last year.